Alors, bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien et que vous avez passé tous une bonne journée. Moi, je suis allée à Duns, enfin, pour faire les courses ce matin. Je suis allée très tôt pour éviter la foule. Pour éviter la foule is in order to avoid the crowd, okay? La foule is the crowd. Et par ça, bon, j'ai pas fait grand-chose. Je n'ai pas fait grand-chose. Je devais, ou j'ai dû enseigner mes deux garçons à la maison. Alors ça, c'est pas facile, hein. Alors je préfère mieux être à l'école, hein. So trying to teach my own two at home is actually a nightmare. But I'd nearly, I have to say, l'école me manque, mes collègues me manquent, même mes étudiants me manquent. Hein. So my students, I'm missing my students at the moment. I'm missing la routine. C'est très important d'être dans une routine par le temps qui court. Mais bon, il faut essayer d'établir quelque chose et essayer de garder à l'esprit que c'est un mauvais moment, mais c'est un mauvais moment, mais ça va passer. Hein? So you have to kind of garder à l'esprit, keep in mind that it is difficult at the moment, but all things will get better, okay? So tonight I'm going to be looking at the gender of nouns. I'm going to kind of explain to you why they are so important. It is just one of these a general live stream that is applicable to both Leaving Cert and Junior Cert. Obviously, some of the words that will be in it will be more suited to a Leaving Cert candidate, others will be more suited to Junior Cert, okay? So first and foremost, I want to explain something. I said it, I referred to it yesterday evening. I referred to the fact that the French language actually hinges on the rule of whether a thing is masculine or feminine, right? Because everything stems from there. All your indicators, so for example, your definite articles, your indefinite articles, your demonstrative pronouns, your possessive adjectives, all of those grammar rules depend on whether the thing you're talking about is masculine or feminine. So that is a really important thing for you to know, okay? Now, a lot of students also say, okay, how do we know if a thing is masculine or feminine? I'm going to give you the quick answer first. And the quick answer is you have to learn them, okay? And that doesn't sit well with students because they're like, they need, like French, the French language is full of rules, okay? And then when it comes to the masculine and feminine, we're kind of saying, no, you have to learn them and that's all about it, okay? Now, some students think, okay, that all nouns, a noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or thing, right? Objects, right? So that's what we're talking about tonight, nouns. And a lot of students think that all nouns ending in E are feminine, okay? So let me debunk that for you straight away by giving you the verb arbre. Now that's A or B or E, and that means tree. And it ends with an E, but it's masculine. So you can't use that as an absolute full rule and say, if it ends in E, it's feminine. That would be an incorrect assumption to make. What I would say to you, though, is as a general rule, generally speaking, if it ends in E, there is more of a chance that it's going to be feminine, right? That's what I would say. I would not say that all nouns ending in E are feminine because that would be an incorrect statement to make and that would be me giving you bad information. So I'm not going to give you bad information. I'm going to tell you that as a general rule, if a noun ends in an E, it is indeed feminine. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit deeper into it and I'm going to give you examples as we go along. Okay, so if you have, pardon me, names of males or animals, right? The male animals, they would be masculine. So for example, le mari, the husband, le frère, the brother, le père, the father, l'homme, which is L''H, but that's masculine, they are all males, right? So they would be masculine. Le beau-père, le beau-frère, le demi-frère. They would all be masculine because they're all males, right? And then when you get to the animal kingdom, the male animals then would be masculine. So for example, le lion, le tigre, le zèbre, they're all masculine because they're all male animals, right? One that you would all be familiar would be countries and provinces not ending in E. So for example, you have the main ones, le Japon, you have the le Canada. So ones like that, they would not be, they would be masculine, they don't end in E, okay? And remember, if you're going to a masculine country, or a country, not a masculine country, but a country that doesn't end in an E, you always say, je vais au Portugal, je vais au Japon, all right? So that's important. The name of trees and shrubs, okay? So a tree, for example, le chêne, the oak tree. Le chêne ends with an E, but it's masculine. Le rosier, the rose tree, right? That ends, or rose bush, that is masculine, le rosier. But une rose is the flower, and that is feminine. So you see how you have to be kind of careful, okay? You then have languages. So languages are masculine. So you say, je fais le français. J'apprends l'irlandais. J'apprends l'irlandais means I learn Irish. Je fais le français. I do French. J'aime beaucoup l'anglais. I really like English. Je ne parle pas le polonais. I don't speak Polish. Je ne comprends pas le chinois. I don't understand Chinese. Do you get what I'm saying? So all your languages there would be masculine, okay? Now, days of the week and your seasons, okay, and your months, right? So your days of the week, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche, ils sont tous masculins. Alors, tous les jours de la semaine sont masculins. So all the days of the week are masculine. Tous les mois de l'année sont masculins aussi. Alors, janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. Now, note the way I pronounce the last four, right? I said septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. It's as if I ignored the fact that they ended with an RE when I'm saying them. It's like you should really get as far as B and then stop. You obviously write it out fully, but when you're pronouncing it, it's septembre, octobre, novembre, décembre. So that's really important. Really, you know, your ear has to be kind of, what would I say? You have to really get your ear, your auditive skills working, okay? Now, I know there's no oral, we know, but you do have a listening exam as well. So this is really important for your listening, okay? Metric weights and measures. So it would be le kilo, okay? It would be le litre. So liters, kilos, metric measures, they would be masculine. As would metal, right? Different metals. So you've l'or, which is gold, l'argent, which is money, but it's also silver. Le fer would be iron. And le fer à repasser is the iron, okay? So that is the iron, okay? Le fer à repasser. And le plomb. Le plomb is lead, okay? Now it's spelled Plomb, but listen to the way I pronounce it. I don't say le plomb, right? I say le plomb, as if it was Plon, le plomb. That's how you pronounce lead, okay? And then it gets more complicated, okay? Because these are just your general rules. So if you recap those, you're going to have the names of males and animals. You're going to have the names of countries and provinces not ending in E. You're going to have the name of trees and shrubs, okay? And you're going to have languages, days of the week, months, seasons, metals, metric weight, and then we get to words ending in, right? So if you have a word ending in EAU, okay, you have, for example, le bateau. Le bateau would be the boat, le bateau. And it's not bateau, right? It's not bateau, it's le bateau. I've heard all of these, right? When I was an oral examiner, in my own classroom, in various other settings, in my revision courses, I've heard the strangest pronunciation. So you really need to work on your pronunciation, okay? So it's le bateau. If you're a junior cert watching this, okay, what you could do if you think that you'd be able to do it, not going to get confused, is write phonetics beside the word that you're learning. So you're learning how to pronounce it as well. So what you can do is listen back over or watch this live stream again and make sure that you have something to take down le bateau and you write down the phonetics beside it. That's if you want. If you feel that you know that the EAU is pronounced O, then there'll be no problem, okay? Le bateau. Le couteau that you use in the kitchen, le couteau, the knife. But there are exceptions. And the main exceptions, there are two. You'd say l'eau, L''EAU, which is water, l'eau. It's not l'eau, all right? Don't say that. If it's an L'', you basically pretend that the word starts with an L and it becomes l'eau. And la peau is skin. All right, so those two are irregular. They end in EAU, but they're not masculine, they're feminine. Okay, so that's important. Words ending in ACLE. Now again, these would be like, I'm thinking of one, an obstacle. An obstacle would be an obstacle. Thinking for leaving cert, writing an opinion, ceci est vraiment un obstacle. An obstacle, which would be, this is really an obstacle to whatever you want to do. But for the junior cert, you'd look at a word like le spectacle. Le spectacle. Le spectacle commence à 20h. What time does the show begin? It begins at 8 o'clock. Le spectacle. So there are certain words here, I'm going to flag them if they're more toward a leaving cert or toward a junior cert, and I'm going to try where possible to say where you would use them or where you would see them, okay? Now, spectacle would be used in the junior cert, okay? And it might be used in the listening or in the reading. You might have a reading piece where you'd have to recognize the word le spectacle. Now, don't mix that up with la séance, which is a cinema screening of a film, okay? So just don't mix those two up. Words ending in AGE, right? And the one that really comes to mind for leaving certs would be le chômage. Pardon me, le chômage, which is unemployment. And then for a junior cert, you might have a word, in fact, you could very easily have a word like le jardinage, which is gardening. And if you want to say, for example, I like gardening, j'aime le jardinage, you'd have to know that it was masculine to do that. Is that all right? So that's kind of important. Now, there are exceptions, okay? And I'm going to give you 3 of the exceptions here, okay? You're going to say une image is an image, right, or a picture. You would have une plage, la plage. Sorry, I'm just going to click out something here that popped up. So you're going to have, la plage. La plage is the beach. Really important. You will be using it if you're writing an email. You saw the one I did the other night. You were writing from Saint-Tropez, which is well known for its beach, or if you're on holidays, there generally will be a beach thing. So you need to know that it's la plage. Et j'aime aller à la plage. J'adore faire de la natation à la plage. I like to go swimming à la plage. À la plage is at the beach, because that a word, right, with the accent, that's a really important and powerful word, and you need to know what it means. It can mean to, at, in, with. Okay, there are just 4 meanings that it has, okay? So you need to learn that. And at, obviously. Then you have la page, the page. Now, words ending in E acute, right? So I'm actually going to write this in big, right? So you'll see what I mean. And I'm going to have it here. So let's see. Can you see the E the way? That is that's grave. Acute is actually the other way. So E acute M-E, right? E accent acute M-E. So you'd have words like problème, un problème, un thème. Okay, that's really important. Words ending in ET. Now, I'm going to give you one of these, right? Because I'm going to write this again. Because let's say you're a junior cert and something comes up on the train, right? On the à la gare, le train, and all of this, right? Watch this word, okay? I need you to look at this word, right? This is not billet, and it's not billet or anything like that. It's billet and billet, okay? And BA is a ticket, all right? And it's really important that you get that, okay? Because in the tape, if they're talking about je voudrais un aller simple, un billet aller simple, un billet aller-retour, if you think it's billet, you're not going to get it. Why are they saying BA? You may not get it. So that's why pronunciation is so, so important in French, okay? Then you've words ending in ISME. Now again, I'm going to jump and say that this would be really important for leaving cert. Le réalisme, realism. Le classicisme, classicism, right? Or for both leaving and junior, you'd have something like le tourisme, tourism. And words ending in ment, le moment, le commencement, the beginning. You will see that a lot, le commencement. L'enseignement now would be, I would say you would see it maybe in a junior cert reading. It's more a leaving cert word, I would say, or a fifth year word. L'enseignement is teaching, okay? So try and learn it if you're junior cert, of course. L'enseignement means teaching, it ends in the ment. And of course, big one for the leaving certs, le gouvernement. Le gouvernement is the government. And you will be using that in any number of opinion pieces. You can put something in about the government, you can give out about them, you can praise them, you can do what you want. But generally speaking, you've got to remember that le gouvernement is a masculine word. Do not say la gouvernement, it's le gouvernement. And OIR would be, for example, un miroir, un séchoir. Un séchoir is a hairdryer, a miroir is obviously a mirror. And then words with para or gram inside them. So parapluie, le parapluie is the umbrella, and un telegram is a telegram, and programme is a program, okay? And the last one I'm going to give you for the masculine are words ending in ASME. So l'enthousiasme, enthusiasm. Again, I would say that's more a leaving cert word. And you've le sarcasme, which would be sarcasm. Again, can't see it really being used by a junior cert student, but really important for the leaving certs. Now we're going to go really quickly on to the feminine words, okay? So the feminine words would be, the first one would be the names of females and female animals, right? So you would have, for example, la femme, which is the wife, right? La mère, the mother. La sœur, the sister. La sœur, be careful of your pronunciation of sister, okay? I've heard of all sorts, right? La sœur is sister. You'd have, for example, a female animal, la souris, the mouse. For some reason, it's feminine, right? Fruit, flowers, and vegetables ending in E. Now, this is really important for junior cert, okay? Because food is a big theme for junior cert, okay? So if you have flower, okay, fruit or vegetables, so you'd say une carotte, une aubergine, une pomme, all of these words, okay, that you need to use, but they end in an E, right? So these fruits and vegetables that end in an E will be feminine, okay? So there's where you can kind of see where they're getting this. If it ends in E, it's feminine. It's a general rule. Don't use it as an outright rule, okay? Names of countries and provinces ending in E. So l'Irlande, la France, l'Italie, la Hongrie, all of those, they would be feminine, okay? There's one exception, and we don't say, even though Mexico is Mexique in French, it ends with an E, but guess what? Couldn't make it up. It's masculine. You say le Mexique. Why? God knows. I don't know. If somebody could tell me, that'd be great. But I think you'd need to be 500 or 600 years old when the French language was really getting going to be able to tell me, if not more. Then you have words ending in ANCE. So again, there are these three words I'm going to give you. I would say they're more leaving cert again. You'd have la puissance, which is power, la connaissance, which is knowledge, and la naissance, which is birth. So la puissance, la connaissance, what was the third one? La naissance, right, which is the birth, okay? They'd be more your leaving cert words. Words ending in ANSE, la danse. La danse is leaving cert, junior cert, whatever. If it's a pastime, for example, je fais de la danse, tous les samedis. So for example, I go dancing every Saturday. Words ending, and I'm going to write this one because otherwise it'll get lost in translation, okay? And this is a kind of an important one. Okay, you see that, the third one? Words ending in that E. Now that's an E acute E, right? Now words ending in that, for example, une soirée, an evening out. J'ai passé une très bonne soirée avec mes amis. I had a great evening with my friends. J'ai passé une très bonne soirée. Do you see that? J'ai passé. J'ai passé une très bonne soirée avec mes amis. But you have exceptions, and two of the exceptions would be used in both junior and leaving. The first being le lycée, which is the secondary school, and the second one is le musée. Le musée is the museum. Does come up. Remember that your town buildings are very, very important for you to know, and directions are important as well for junior certs. Okay, so you have to know those. Words ending in ence. So, for example, la prudence, or you can't say carefulness. You could just say care, I think. Anyway, the other one would be le patience. Would not be masculine, la patience, which is patience, right? Then you have le silence is your exception there, okay? So it's le silence. Words ending in aison, la terminaison, la gentillesse. So you can see the esse. You've words ending in the on going to the onne. You know, for bon becomes bun. So they kind of tie in with your adjectives as well. Words ending in eur would be, for example, la peur. But then you have exceptions. You've le bonheur. What is le bonheur? It means happiness. Le malheur, misfortune. L'honneur, which is honor. And just a few more words ending in sion, for example, la mission, une expression. Words ending in te accent acute. So la santé, la beauté, la vérité. So la beauté would be beauty, la vérité, truth. Okay, these abstract nouns. I would say abstract nouns for leading certs, really important for you to get a handle on. And finally, words ending in ure. So for example, la nature, nature, la culture, culture, la facture. Now la facture is actually the bill. So that is a kind of a whistle-stop tour of your nouns, masculine and feminine. So my next thing that I'd advise, right, just before we finish up tonight, I would advise you all, and I kind of went into it last night a little bit, I would say get a copy, and I showed this last night, and I think it's a really, really good idea, right? You are accumulating words in French. That's what you're doing, right? French is a mixture of words and grammar, right? That's what it is, vocabulary and grammar, right? The vocabulary is the meat, right? But the structures and the grammar is like your foundation, right? So you have to have a solid foundation, a solid understanding of grammar, but then you have to be able, okay, give you a better analogy, right? I'll give you an analogy of a house, right? The grammar is basically you're going to put up the four walls and the roof, right? But then the vocabulary is putting in the nice windows, putting in the nice doors, putting in the nice colours, the curtains and all of that, right? So get a copy, just an ordinary A5, I would say. If you want to get A4, that's fine. I would actually try, where possible, to get a hardback, okay? I know that you can get them in so many different places, right? We've a Mr. Price near us. It's really reasonable. And I think actually they had them last year. They had hardback copies with French written in them. Sure, I think I was so delighted to see that. But anyway, what you need to do is you decide for yourself, right? You know that things are either going to be masculine or feminine, right? So let's imagine you say, right, I'm going to put all the feminine words to the front of the copy and all the masculine words to the back, right? And my idea is that in a long time, it's not going to take like really quickly. It'll take a couple of years actually. You're going to meet in the middle where you're going to have all of that feminine or all of that feminine and the rest of it all masculine, okay? Full of words. Now, the beauty of that is that you can actually look back at it and say, right, I now know I can go there for my feminine word. I'm looking for a word and I'm going to go there. I would go further and say, try and divide it into topics. So put like your fruit, put your veg, put your train station vocabulary, put your directions, put your weather. For leaving certs, I would do education, health, social problems, social issues, the economy, and like put stuff like Brexit and the vocab from Brexit under the economy one. Okay. Now, for more, right, do check my YouTube channel, Frenchnotes French. I would really appreciate if you share this with your friends. Any content is on. It's available to our Leaving Cert members, our Junior Cert members, our teacher members, and if not, just go through this, play it back again. The next time, maybe get a notepad and pen and make notes. And I will be back tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. If you have any questions, suggestions, what you'd like me to cover in the Facebook Live stream, please let me know. I'm delighted to hear your feedback. Thank you for all the lovely messages that I'm getting. As I say, I'm doing it. I enjoy doing this. And if it's giving you some bit of help, I'm delighted. And mission accomplie. Mission accomplished. Ok, bonne nuit tout le monde et à demain soir. Hein? Ok. Alors, end.